Hello, welcome back to another new video of OVG's Biology, and in this video I am going to discuss about the detailed structure of nucleus. Nucleus is the double membraned cell organelle that contains the genetic material of the eukaryotic cells. As our body is controlled by our brain, similarly cell is controlled by nucleus. So we can say nucleus as the brain of cell. Nucleus contains the DNA or the genetic material. This nucleus is made up of four components, and they are the nuclear envelope, nucleoplasm, nucleolus, and the chromatin. The nucleus is completely surrounded by the nuclear envelope, and this nuclear envelope consists of both an inner membrane and an outer membrane, which run parallel to each other. The gap between these two membranes is known as the perinuclear cisternae or perinuclear space, and the envelope is perforated by small gaps known as nuclear pores. This nuclear pore is a large complex of protein that allows small molecules and ions to freely pass or diffuse into or out of the nucleus. Nuclear pores also allow necessary proteins to enter the nucleus from the cytoplasm. If the proteins have special sequences that indicate that they belong in the nucleus, and this nuclear envelope separates the cytoplasm from the nucleoplasm. The pores are around 100 nanometer wide in diameter. However, due to the presence of central regulatory proteins, the true size of the gap is around 9 nanometer, and this small size controls the passage of molecules into and out of the nucleus. Larger molecules such as larger proteins, larger nucleic acids are unable to pass through these pores, and so the function of the nuclear envelope is to selectively separate the contents of the nucleus from that of the cytoplasm. Endoplasmic reticulum ribosomes are attached to the outer membrane of nucleus. Now next one is the nucleolus. The nucleolus is the site of ribosome and ribosomal RNA production. On microscopy, it appears as a large, dense spot within the nucleus. After a cell divides, a nucleolus is formed when chromosomes are brought together into nucleolar organizing regions. During cell division, the nucleolus disappears. Nucleolus is made up of four components, and they are the amorphous portion, the granular portion, fibrillar portion, and the chromatin portion. This is the structure of a nucleolus, where this is the RNA fiber and this is the granular portion, which is consists of numerous granules. These granules are made up of protein and RNA in 2:1 ratio, and these granules helps in the production of ribosomes. This is the fibrillar portion, and this is also known as nucleolemma. This is the amorphous portion, which is mainly composed of proteins. The chromatin portion is the part of the chromatin which is attached to the nucleolus, and the chromatins which are present at the perimeter of the nucleolus, they are called the perinuclear chromatin, and the chromatins present at the center of the nucleolus are known as the intranuclear chromatin. Nucleolus mainly helps in the formation of RNA and protein. And at the time of cell division, this nucleolus helps in the formation of spindle. This nucleolus disappears at the last phase of prophase, and again it appears in the telophase. Now next one is the nucleoplasm. The nucleoplasm is a type of protoplasm and is enveloped by the nuclear envelope. The nucleoplasm includes the chromosomes and nucleolus. You can say nucleoplasm as the cytoplasm of nucleus. Now the last one is the chromatin. The chromatin describes DNA that is complexed with proteins. The primary protein components of chromatin are histones, which are highly basic proteins that associate readily with DNA. And these histones combined with DNA form nucleosomes, which are the subunit of chromatin. Specifically, a nucleosome describes a segment of DNA associated with 8 histone proteins. By associating with histones, DNA is more compact and able to fit into the nucleus. And chromatin can exist as either euchromatin or heterochromatin. Euchromatin is a form of chromatin present during gene expression and has a characteristic bits on a string appearance. It is activated by acetylation. These euchromatins are very thin and they are of 10 to 30 nanometer and they carry activated genes. Heterochromatin is the inactive form and is densely packed. On electron microscopy, euchromatin stains lighter than heterochromatin, which reflects their relative densities. Crossing over can be seen at the euchromatin region, but at the heterochromatin region there is no presence of crossing over. Now let's look at the structure of the nucleus. This is a 3D structure of nucleus, and this is the inner membrane, and this is the outer membrane, and these two membranes together develop the nuclear envelope. This is the nucleolus, and this is the nucleoplasm, the cytoplasm of nucleus. These are the chromatin, and this is the endoplasmic reticulum, which is attached to the outer membrane of nucleus, and these are the nuclear pores, and this is the ribosome, and this is the perinuclear space, which is the gap between the two membranes. Now let's discuss about the functions of nucleus. Nucleus contains the cell's hereditary information and controls the cell's growth and reproduction. The nucleus has been clearly explained as a membrane-bound structure that comprises the genetic material of a cell. It is not just a storage compartment for DNA, but also happens to be the home of some important cellular processes. As we said earlier, that nucleus is known as the brain of the cell. The first and foremost, it is possible to duplicate one's DNA in the nucleus. This process has been named DNA replication and produces an identical copy of the DNA. Producing two identical copies of the body or host is the first step in cell division, where every new cell will get its own set of instructions. Secondly, the nucleus is a site of transcription. Transcription creates different types of RNA from DNA. Transcription would be a lot like creating copies of individual pages of the human body instruction which may be moved out and read by the rest of the cell. The central dogma of molecular biology states that DNA is copied into RNA and then proteins. So, I have discussed about the detailed structure of nucleus and I have also discussed about the functions of nucleus. If you have any doubts and queries, then feel free to ask me. So, thank you for watching the video. Please like the video and share the video, and please subscribe my channel if you have not done yet, and please hit the bell icon to get such videos. We'll meet you in the next video. Thank you.